All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're taking on what feels like the final boss of learning a language. Yep, I'm talking about Latin verbs. So grab your controller because we are about to seriously level up.
Okay, first look. Whoa, this is a full verb conjugation chart. I mean, it's got all these tenses and endings. It looks absolutely impossible, doesn't it? This is the kind of thing that makes you want to just throw the controller down and quit. But hang on. Don't worry.
Because, like any really good game, this one, it has a secret. We've got a cheat code that's going to make this whole boss battle way, way easier. And maybe even a little fun. And who's going to deliver this amazing cheat code? Well, none other than the king of the jungle himself, Donkey Kong. He's here to give us the ultimate power-up, this one simple phrase that unlocks pretty much everything. Apes eat eggs intensely.
So how in the world does this cheat code work? It's actually genius. Each word gives you the key vowel sound for one of the four main verb groups, or conjugations. So, apes, that gives you that long ah sound of the first group, the one that ends in are. Eat gives you that long e sound of the second group, ending in ere. Eggs gives you that short, punchy sound for the third, which ends in ere. And finally, intensely, that's the long e sound for the fourth group, ending in ire. Just remember that phrase, and you can basically figure out where any verb belongs.
Okay, cheat code activated. It's time to run the gauntlet. We're going to face off against 10 super common Latin verbs. Think of them like mini bosses. We're going to beat each one, and you're going to walk away with a ton of vocabulary XP. Ready?
First up, we've got mittere, which means to send. So, whenever Mario gets that letter from Princess Peach, he is literally being sent on a mission. Or if he needs to take out Bowser, he might send a missile. Now, let's use our cheat code. The verb pattern is mittere. Hear that short ere ending? That's our egg sound. So this is a third conjugation verb. Easy, right?
Next on the list is pono, which means to put or to place. And you know what? This one comes with a free dad joke. So when Luigi has to do his chores, he has to postpone his ghost hunting. Get it? He has to put it off for later. And just like the last verb, pone is also part of that EGGS group. See, you're already spotting the patterns. Ah, capio, to take or to seize. I mean, this is Bowser's entire personality, isn't it? His number one goal is always to capture Princess Peach, to make her his captive. Now, this verb, capere, is technically a special kind of third conjugation verb, but guess what? It still falls right under our IGS category. That cheat code is pretty powerful.
So what about the opposite of taking? Well, that's accipio, to receive. So while Bowser is all about capio, taking Peach, when Peach sends out a letter, Toad is the one who happily accepts it. He receives it. And since it's built right on top of capio, it's in the exact same eggs family.
And this is just a perfect example of how logical Latin can be. See that little ac at the start of accipio? It completely flips the verb's meaning, even though they come from the same root. So capio is aggressive, right? It's an action you do. Bowser captures the flag. But accipio is passive. It's an action done to you, like when Mario accepts a one-up mushroom.
Okay, moving on. Our next verb is faccio, and it means to do or to make. If you've ever played Super Mario Maker, you've pretty much been in a digital factory, a place where levels are made. You manufacture a course. And if we check our Donkey Kong cheat code, its form, facere, tells us, yep, it's another member of Team Eggs.
Time for a defensive move. This is munio, to fortify. So if Princess Peach wanted to beef up her castle's security against Bowser, she would munio it. This is where we get the word ammunition. But wait, look at its full form, munire. That IRA ending, that's a new one for us. That's our intensely category. We've just found our first fourth conjugation verb.
Every kingdom needs a ruler, and that brings us to rego, which means to rule. Princess Peach, she's basically the regent of the Mushroom Kingdom. She rules with regular laws. And we're back to a familiar pattern, regere. That ear sound puts this one squarely back in the eggs family. What happens when Mario's in a jam? Well, Yoshi's there to help. Venio simply means to come. When Yoshi comes to help, they get to go on a new adventure. And hey, notice that ending? Venire. That tells us this is another verb from our intensely group, the fourth conjugation.
But what happens when you just stick that little in
prefix onto venio. You get invenio, which means to come upon or to find. So when Mario's on one of his adventures and he just happens to come upon a hidden block, he makes a discovery. He invents a new way forward. And, of course, because it's built from venio, it's also in that intensely family.
So let's just make this super clear. Venio is just about simple movement, right? The Koopas are coming. But invenio, that's about movement that leads to a discovery. You come upon a secret warp pipe. They're both in the same intensely family, but that one little prefix changes a simple walk into a total game changer. All right, our final mini-boss in the gauntlet is Duce, which means to lead. So Princess Peach, she leads her toads. The ancient Romans, they built aqueducts to lead water into their cities. A leader was even called a duke at one point. And for one last check-in with our cheat code, the form ducere confirms it's another classic third conjugation verb from the eggs category. And with that, gauntlet complete.
Yes, gauntlet complete. You defeated all 10 verbs. Now it's time to cash in all that XP you just earned. Let's take a look at how this new Latin knowledge is going to directly power up your English vocabulary.
Think back to our very first verb. From now on, every time you hear the word mission, you're going to know its secret origin story. It's not just a task. It's a task that someone is literally sent to do, coming straight from our verb mito.
And how about a factory? It's not just some random word for a building. The name itself tells you exactly what it's for. It is a place where things are made, all from the verb fatio. You see the connection hiding in plain sight?
And finally, an invention. This isn't just about a new gadget. The word itself means something that has been found or come upon for the very first time, from our verb invenio. You see? Latin isn't some dead language. It's basically the source code for English.
And with that, quest complete, you did it. You faced that final boss, you ran the 10-verb gauntlet, and you have absolutely officially leveled up your language skills. So let's take a quick look at all the loot you just picked up.
So what new power-ups are in your inventory? First, you've got the master cheat code. Apes eat eggs intensely. That's your key to identifying any verb family. You've also seen firsthand that prefixes are game changers. They can completely alter a word's meaning. And most importantly, you've conquered 10 of the most common Latin verbs, and now you see their DNA all over the English language. It turns out Latin is the ultimate secret level for understanding our own language. You just proved that something that looks totally impossible at first can be conquered with the right strategy and a little bit of secret knowledge. So really, the only question left is, where are you going to take this new power-up? What new worlds will you explore now that you have this key? The next level is all yours.